Hello and welcome to the eXilium YouTube channel. My name is Felix and I got second place at the Dreieich WCQ 2 days ago last Sunday from 331 players, and I went 7 wins, 1 draw, and I played Chimera branded, the new deck from Nexus, and I'm gonna show you the deck profile now. Let's go. We're gonna start with the main deck. At first we're gonna start with the Illusion Engine. That's pretty standard. You're gonna max out on most of the cards. So we have 3 Swords Knight and 3 Kotal. That's like the best way to start the engine. We have 3 Gazelle and 2 Baphomet. The only reason why you don't play a third Baphomet is because you don't want to open it. And if you don't play an additional engine like Runic, you cannot tribute summon it. So Baphomet is like the only card you don't want to open, but everything else you max out. And then for the other monsters, we play 2 Albas because we play a small branded package. We just play 2 Albas and 3 branded fusion. And branded fusion is just another way to get into the engine, but I'm going to show that later. And then we play other power cards and hand traps. We play 3 Fenrir. Fenrir is just a very good card on its own, and it won me a lot of games. It's good going first and going second, so I think it's very important in the deck. And then we play some amount of hand traps. I played 3 Ash, 2 Droll, and 1 Veiler. The ratios seem a bit weird maybe, but it's gonna be explained later. Ash is just the best hand trap of the format. Droll is mainly because we play a Crossout Designator, and I decided to play a second Droll because I expected some combo decks, and I didn't want to open Crossout and 1 Droll, so the Crossout is dead, so I decided to play a second Droll, and I played against quite a few combo decks, so the Droll was very good overall. Then the 2 Chimera fusions and the 3 branded fusions, so 5 fusions in total. There's an argument to play a third Chimera fusion, but again, you don't want to brick, you want to keep your engine as low as possible. We play 18 engine cards and 22 non-engine cards, so 2 felt right and I never missed the third. And people are not really already pros, so it's not getting banished or something. And then we play 3 Pot of Prosperity together with Fenrir. That's like the heart and soul of the deck, the consistency. This can give you engines, this can give you non-engine against most players. The Spades Aspiration. So it was very good for me, and post that deck it's even more insane because you can dig for Crossout even more. You can deck for blowouts like Evenly or Duster, and yeah, performed pretty well. And then we play 3 Books, because Book is good in the meta against like Kashtira and Purely. But also if you go first, you can book like your own Gazelle if it gets, or Baphomet if it gets Imperm or Veiler, don't mourn it, or anything. Book was just good to dodge hand traps, but mostly both sides you side it out. And then we have some more anti-hand trap cards. I played 3 Talents, 2 Crossout, 1 Called By. So this deck loses pretty much to Ash and Droll a lot. That's why we decided to play as many cards as possible to either get rid of the hand trap or to rip an additional card off the hand or take control or something. And Talents really overperformed. I won 5-6 games just because like I got hand trapped. I could either negate it or Talents, take another card, and then I either play with Fenrir and with hand traps, or I can still do the combo and then I hand trap 1. With the engine, I hand trap 2 because he used the hand trap. I hand trap a third card with Talents. So yeah, usually if you solve like combo and Talents, you just win the game. And the last card in the main deck is just the 1 Imperm. It's like the other Crossout target. Then for the extra deck, that's also pretty standard. You have like 12, 13 spots who are like mandatory, and then 2 flex spots where you can play whatever. But most of the extra deck is just prosperity targets. For the engine, you play 2 Chimera Fusion, that's like the reason the deck is good. 1 Markman Reliever and 1 Big Illusion Guy, that's like for the OTK player. I think I summoned like those 2 once, but they were pretty good if you can use them, but you definitely don't need them every game. But this card is like important. You can even play a third one if you like to. Then we play 2 Guardian Chimera, because with Chimera Fusion in the opponent's turn, you go into 1 Guardian Chimera. If you go second, you can OTK with Guardian Chimera. It only conflicts a little bit with Prosperity, but usually I only do Guardian Chimera on the opponent's turn. And if you go second, you can always banish 1 with Prosperity. And then we have the branded cards. We have Rebellion, Albion, Morjade, Albalinatus. Albalinatus is mainly for dealing, but I never summoned it the normal way. I just send it, I think, once off Morjade to get like a branded fusion. And then your additional starters are Rindbrum. If you don't open the Chimera engine, you just open Branded Fusion, you go for Rindbrum, and then Gazelle can search for Swords Knight or Kotal to go into engine. And later in the game, if you have Rend from the graveyard, you can banish it, you summon the Albers from the grave, and then you can make Sprint with a special summon monster from the opponent. And Sprint is also important to out Connexy. And then Dracostapelia, just like the generic fusion, but this could also be anything else. And for the last 2 spots, I played Zeus and the Rysart. I can make a Rysart if I play against Kashtira and say, go step my face effect Shangri-Ira. I can summon my Fenrir and overlay in a Rysart. And Zeus is just for talents. Like if you didn't use Baphomet yet, you can make then a Rysart, crash something, put Zeus on top, or you take an Exceed and make Zeus on top. So I didn't use it at all, but in theory it's good, but it could just be anything else. If you play like Super Poly, you can cut like those 3 or even with Albalinatus or Sprint 4 or 5 cards and play like additional Super Poly targets. And then lastly for the side deck, I played more hand traps to cover more the combo deck matchups. I sided 3 Nip. Nip was really good. I sided Nip against my dealing opponents, against Kashtira, against Salamangreat, against Rika. So in like 5 out of 8 rounds, it was really good. And the third roll, also for combo decks, 2 Kurikara only for Kashtira and Purely. I played 2 Purely and 1 Kash, but sadly never saw those. In theory, they're good, but I'm not sure if they're gonna stay going forward. But in general, it's just one of my favorite cards, so I think Kurikara is really nice. And then the best card in the side deck probably are 3 Thrusts. And we play Herald of the Abyss, Duster evenly for going second, and if you want, Deep Barrier for going first as a thrust target. I'm not always siding Thrust going first, but Thrust was phenomenal. It won me a lot of games. Against Purely, it gave me a Herald of the Abyss. Against Kash, it gave me Duster. Against 2 combo decks, it gave me evenly to win game 2, so it was really, really nice. And the D-Barrier is mainly for cross-out, so you sided in going second. And I think I won 2 games by cross-outing D-Barrier going second. And going forward, I will maybe play third cross-out. And the last cards are just 2 Cosmic. I was a bit afraid of the Unchained matchup because I did not practice that a lot. I fortunately did not play any Unchained, but in theory, you side Cosmic going first against Unchained. And against other macro decks like Labyrinth, Trap Trick, or just decks who floodgate you. And that's it for the deck profile. Just a few words to my matchups. In 8 rounds, I played against 2 Purely. I won 1 and drew the other. That was sadly due to a misplay, but I could have definitely won that. I beat 2 Dragonlink, 1 Kashtira, 1 Salamangreat, 1 Rika. And in round 8, I played no match against Granite Chimera, and I also won that. And yeah, that's it pretty much. I enjoyed the deck a lot. Maybe gonna play it at YCS Dortmund in 3 weeks, but still I have to test a lot. And lastly, shoutouts to my team. Team eXilium, we went with 5 people to the regional from Freiburg, to my friends from the Casual Heroes Discord, and to my testing partner Heinz, where I mainly build the deck with. And that's it, and see you.